So here I am at the Lake Bluff Bird Sanctuary and Arboretum. And look what behind me. Beautiful, beautiful Lake Michigan. But let's look at what makes this so special. If you watch my channel, you'll know that earlier this spring, my cousin and I visited Sequoia National Park in California. And it's home to some of the biggest and oldest trees on earth. And I thought that was the only place I'd ever see these giants. But then I learned that right here in Manistee, Michigan, there's a sequoia of our own. And the family who planted it has ties to Morton Salt and even Arbor Day. This property was once the estate of Edie Gray. Edie was related to the founder of the Morton Salt Company. You know, that same company behind the famous "When it rains, it pours" slogan. And that's fitting because Manistee itself was once called the Salt City of the Inland Seas, producing over 1 million barrels of salt a year at its peak. Morton Salt eventually bought one of the town's largest salt plants, which still operates today. And Edie's grandfather was J. Sterling Morton, the founder of Arbor Day, which is a holiday dedicated to planting trees. So I think you could say that this passion for planting and preserving trees was literally in the family bloodline. So it's no surprise that the Grays created their own, but their success in growing sequoias in the harsh Michigan climate was unexpected. So here we are at where the giant sequoia is. Is it worth a trip? Sure. It's only about 15 minutes, and you will see something surprising. There's a small unmanned visitor center here. My cousin, who has been here before, said they used to have pamphlets.
And they had all the trees numbered.
Information.
And but all those signs are pretty much gone away.
However, we didn't see any. Our first stop, of course, was to view the largest sequoia east of the Rockies. This is a 75-acre bird sanctuary, but every summer, more than 2,500 people from around the world come just to see this tree. At only 75 years old, it's still a youngster compared to its 1,000-year-old cousins in California. But here in Michigan, it's already a legend. In 1940, sequoia trees 8 inches high were brought from California by Mr. and Mrs. Edie Gray and were planted here at their Lake Bluff estate. 3 of these trees have survived and are thriving, and our biggest, right here, the Michigan Champion, is 116 feet tall. It's the largest giant sequoia in the world outside of California. And giant sequoias are the champion of all trees in terms of combating global warming. They absorb 10 times the carbon dioxide of other trees. Well, some people have disputed that much. If the world wishes to reforest with sequoias, it needs the seeds or grafts of the most successful sequoias in existence. Now, that Archangel Tree Archive has also cloned the Michigan Champion tree to see if it can grow in other cold areas. And that same organization also brought other sequoias to plant in 2022. So behind me is a clone of the waterfall sequoia from California. Unfortunately, that very, very huge sequoia did not survive the Castle Fire of 2020. But here's one of its descendants. Looks like it's thriving. And here's another clone. That's right, they have clones. And this is of the stag sequoia. Let's look at what it says. So this is a clone of the original Amos Alonzo stag tree in Elder Creek Grove in California. That was the 5th largest tree in the world. It's believed to be over 3,000 years old, standing at 243 feet and the base of 22.9 feet. And this genetic material obtained from that original stag tree is used to produce this little living replica, the stag tree. There are 80 different trees to view here. Looking at this other huge tree. It's a European beech tree, and it is massive and beautiful. And don't miss the view from this bluff setting 100 feet above Lake Michigan. It's absolutely stupendous. Beautiful sand and water as far as you can see. And I don't see one boat. This 4-bedroom, 4-bath house is now being restored and can be rented. Lake Bluff Farms says they have new owners. They're going to refresh this public treasure. I hope the new owners of the preserve replace signage, include more informative exhibits, and give this Michigan wonder some tender, loving care so that future generations can gape in amazement at this growing giant. So at Lake Bluff, Manistee's salty past and the family legacy of planting trees comes together, all overlooking one gorgeous bluff over Lake Michigan. It's inspiring, and if you like hidden gems, it's worth a stop.